Now I've got a really simple pattern for you today. There's a couple of reasons I'm doing this particular one. I'll tell you about them in a second. Stick around. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Matt, thanks for stopping by. So the first reason I'm doing this pattern is sometimes I just want to sit down and tie a really simple fly, one that I can knock out a dozen of them in an hour, fill a whole row of my fly box, and sometimes simple flies work best. And another reason I'm doing a simple pattern today is because I just spent the last 6 hours at the Charles County Fair here in Southern Maryland, and I'm going fishing in about 7 hours, so I wanted to get this video done. So the pattern I'm going to do today, I got it from Taft Price's 1986 Fly Tying and International Guide. This one's been on my to-do list for a little while. It's called the Baby Doll. Now it was created by Brian Kench in 1971 for fishing on the Midlands Reservoir in Ravensthorpe, Northamptonshire. Now if that's not a British sounding name, I don't know what is. But yes, obviously this fly was created in England. And his original version was an all-white fly, basically a Stillwater streamer pattern. It has a wool body and then a wool tail, same piece of wool for the tail, wrapped over for the back. And there was a later version created with all black and then a silver rib, and that one was called the Undertaker. And there have been other variants of it too. Lots of two-tone ones out there. We have a bright colored for the body, and then with a darker color black for the tail and the back piece. And that's the one I'm about to do. I got a little crazy, and I'm going to go with a pink body. I could have gone with a bright orange or a fluorescent green. They also do well, but I think the pink looked kind of cool. Oh, and one other thing. I picked up this. A silver foxtail at the fair tonight. Look at this thing. This is pretty cool. Now, the tail is mostly black, but underneath the underfur, it's a lighter color and a good bit of silver in there. So this is a kind of a neat tail I found. I'll put it on the wall behind me, but if any of you folks out there have any ideas of flies we can tie with a silver foxtail, yeah, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Okay, so let's get into today's fly, Brian Kench's Baby Doll. So there's one in the vise. Now, an all-white version is the original, just called the Baby Doll. This one, all-black version, is actually called an Undertaker. And then combinations thereof are just combination baby dolls. And the recipe says an 8 to size 12 long shank hook. So what do they mean by long shank? I don't know, 3 extra long, 5 extra long? I'm gonna go with the 7 extra long. This is a size 10, 7XL. And I'm going to use black thread. I'll lay a base down to the start of the bend. And the first thing we're going to catch in is the tail and the back, the over piece. So this is black wool. I mean, you could use white, you could use anything. I'm going to make it a little bit longer than I think I might need. And I can always trim it if I want to. So one tip here, don't catch this in with too many wraps. Otherwise you're going to have a big gap between where the tail is and your wing case. Or not a wing case, it's a streamer. So just the back. Okay, next piece we're going to catch in, oval silver tinsel. Now this guy can be tied with or without a rib. I think it's such a plain fly that without the rib it might just be a little too plain. So I'm going to use some silver oval tinsel right here. And now wrap in the body. If you want to go original, wrap in some more black wool and do the body there. Or you could probably even use black chenille. I'm going to get a little crazy. I'm going to go with the pink. Some pink wool yarn right here. I'm going to catch it in full, full size. I'm not splitting this yarn and using 1 or 2 of the pieces. I'm just going to use it all because I want to build a kind of fat body in the middle. And how we do this with this yarn, you can actually spin this and cord it up or spin it and flatten it out. So I'm going to just wrap it up and then be mindful of that. And in the center, I might flatten it out and put a couple of layers. So I might go all the way up and then back some just to build the middle up a little bit thicker. Okay, that took a little while, and I probably should have parked this back with my magnet, but oh well, I didn't. So now I'm going to try to flatten this out this wool out just a little bit, and then let's get this dang black out of the way there. Come on guys, stay out of the way. Now I'm trying to flatten this wool out just a little bit so I can fatten it up in the middle. Let's see if we can get this up here and catch it off. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's catch this off right here with a couple of wraps. Make sure we leave room for our head. Okay, that's a little bit of a mess. It's just a few wraps to bind this in. Now back it up where we're going to catch off this tinsel and then the black backing. So wrap this however close you want. I think if you were just doing an all black one, the Undertaker, I would put these really close together, put a lot of silver in it. Probably don't need to if you're going to have a brighter colored belly like this pink is. But it still looks pretty cool, I think, with the silver in it. So let's catch this off up here and take a few wraps going forward with it. Now we're gonna have to fluff that tail out in a second, but let's catch this piece right on the back right here and then work on our head. We can have a nice big shiny head with this streamer, which I think is going to look better. So several wraps to lock that in. Let's get rid of this piece. Not too much more to go, but we're going to have a little bit of cleanup after we lock this in right here and build our head. So go ahead and build your big head right here. I'm just going to fluff this up right here, and I'll trim it to size here in just a second, but might be easier to fluff up if we trim it. That's just a little bit long. Okay, there's the tail I want. So that's it. Really simple pattern. Drop of head cement and this guy's going in my box. So I appreciate you watching, everybody. Y'all take care and we'll see you next time.